Thanks to PlayOn and Melanin Gamers for the review unit. I really do appreciate it. I haven't really mentioned it, but I really do like racing games. My first racing game, I believe, was Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation 1. And then it kind of just spiraled from there after I fell in love with them. So I played a lot of different types of racing games. Notably, the ones that I can remember are like Ford Racing, Gran Turismo, Crash Nitro Kart. When I did get a Wii, I ended up playing Mario Kart, Speed Racer. That one was a really fun game. I really did like the car foo in that game, and how fast you moved. Oh my goodness. I played the Crew 2, I played the Crew 1, and then I played Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8. I didn't play Deluxe because I just didn't want to rebuy Mario Kart 8 again. And then as of recent, I played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and I really do like that game, despite some of the issues that I have with it. But overall, I enjoy Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Very fun game. Very fun game. And then when I got the chance to review and play the game Screamer, because that's actually been on my radar for a while after it got announced, I took that opportunity, and I'm very glad I did because I ended up loving the game a lot. So Screamer is an arcade racer mixed with a visual novel. There are moments between races where you'll have the characters talking in like a visual novel style, and I really do enjoy that. I really do like that. It is a very nice change to a lot of racing games that I played, and the story is quite in-depth. I wasn't expecting it to be very in-depth. Like, I knew from the trailer that it had a story, but I was not expecting it to be like as deep as it is. I'm still not finished with it either. Like, it is a long story. It is pretty long. So basically, without spoiling the game, the story is pretty interconnected among a lot of the characters. So the racing in the story, there is a tournament, and you have multiple teams of racers, and surprisingly, a lot of these racers are pretty interconnected with each other, have some form of a relationship with each other in this tournament. And I wasn't really expecting that, because when it comes to the characters, a lot of them seem to come from very different backgrounds. Finding out bits and pieces of how each one is connected to each other, it got me really invested. And it starts off with just one team as a focus, and then it branches off into all the other teams and their stories and their motivations for why they're racing right now. It branches off into other teams and how that team is connected to this team, and how that team is connected to another team. It's like a huge web. It's like a huge relationship web. And it's really cool to like pick out and find out what characters are cool with another, what character doesn't like the other, what character wants another dead. Like, it's so interesting. And when it comes to things like the voice acting, I like it a lot. I really like the quirk that it has. So basically, not all of them are English speakers. So if there's a French character, they will be speaking in French. If there is a Spanish character, they will be speaking in Spanish. An Italian character speaking in Italian. You get the idea. And that's really cool.
Ciao! Strike Force Romanda? Oddio, non volevo farlo da sola, ma mi chiedevo se potevo avere I vostri autografi, ma se rispondete di no va bene lo stesso. Ok, grazie, scusate.
Dans ce cas, pourquoi on ne savait rien de l'écho ou de ce monsieur A? Je crois qu'Abigail voudrait...
We zijn hier voor exact één reden. Om dit toernooi te winnen. En als teamleider vind ik dat we ons maar beter kunnen concentreren. Begrepen?
Oh, that's adorable.
I like how they explained why everybody is able to understand each other despite different languages with their whole built-in translator. I really do find that neat because, you know, a lot of these languages kind of get overlooked. And it's very nice to hear them and people interact with them. So it's very nice for Screamer to have such a diverse cast of voice acting and languages all at once in one package. It's very cool. Very cool. Now, in terms of the gameplay and the mechanics, is actually very interesting. Like I said, it's an arcade racer, so it's not like AC or any of those other games that are like racing or like real life simulator racing games, but it does take somewhat from those types of games. So you know how there's like shifting gears and all that, and it kind of does it automatically in a lot of games. They kind of reward you, well, not kind of, they reward you for shifting the gears manually. So there is a little line in the speedometer that's like yellow, and if you press a button at the right time before it reaches full, you're able to manually shift it, and then you get a reward. You get fuel for your boost, and that's really cool. I really do like that. The boost system is actually pretty interesting. So there is a regular boost, and then there's a perfect boost. So when you hold down a button for your boost, it will have like a little triangle, and it'll have a line that'll slowly go in towards the center of it, and there is another set of lines in the middle of that triangle. So as long as you get it as long as you get the moving line in the triangle, you will get a boost. But if you get it like on the lines inside the triangle, you get a perfect boost, and then it'll last longer, you'll go faster. And then there's a second mechanic, which is the battling system. So when you do boost, you gain fuel for another gauge, and that gauge allows you to tackle other players. And if you get it at full, you get like an ultimate ability, or it's called overdrive. In terms of the attacking feature, you get a little boost, but the aim is to basically attack another player in front of you. And when you hit them, they will explode, and you will slow them down considerably. You want to make sure that you are topped up on your boosts, and you want to make sure that you have something in the tank for an attack. You can also expend a boost to shield yourself from an attack. So if you believe that somebody's about to come after you, you can expend a boost to shield yourself. Now, when it comes to the overdrive, if you have your attack gauge all the way up, you can click on the two sticks together, and it will basically make you extremely fast, very hard to control, very hard to steer, but you become like a missile. You will just ram through everybody in front of you. But you have to be careful, because after a while, you will become extremely vulnerable. So if you hit a wall, if you like literally tap a wall, you will explode, and you will slow down considerably. It is a high risk and possibly a high reward mechanic. So use it sparingly. If you're like way behind, try and go for it. But you don't want to use it willy-nilly, that's for sure. Now, what's really interesting about this game is that the drift system is quite different from a lot of arcade racers. So I'm going to visualize it for you. Usually, a lot of arcade racers have like a dedicated drift button. So for Screamer, it is a twin stick drift. So if you're steering and there is a sharp turn, so if you're turning right and there's a sharp turn on the way, you'll want to also turn your other thumbstick to the right, and that will start your drift. And then vice versa if you're going to the left. It's a very interesting system. It feels weird. It felt weird when I first started, and I was hitting a lot of walls, and I was timing my drifts very badly. I won't lie to you. But as I kept playing, I definitely did get more and more used to it. I'm not the best still. I'm not the greatest. I'm not perfect at it, but I am getting better, and it definitely feels rewarding that I am getting better at it, because I'm able to stay in the race and stay in the front of the herd for a lot longer now that I know how to drift. It's a very interesting system. I really do like that. I wasn't used to it. I didn't think I would like it, but I ended up enjoying it quite a bit. That's the main big quirk about Screamer in terms of racing. The twin stick drift. It's very nice, very cool. In terms of graphics and image quality, the image quality is really good. It's a very nice looking game. It's pretty stylized when it comes to the cars and the environments and the tracks. The tracks are very beautiful. I really do like them. I really do like that. I like the mix of somewhat realistic, but at the same time, you can tell that it is stylized to be, to be a little bit animated. I really do like that. I like the effects. I like the visual effects. It's very nice looking game, very pretty to look at. So performance, I'm going to be talking about in like two parts. So the first part is going to be Windows. On Windows, I mean, it runs well. Like I get 60 to 70 FPS on 1080p native. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Aside from sometimes when you start up a new track and you go through it, you get quite a big frame spike. And you notice it. You definitely do notice it. The game will pause for a little bit, and then it'll continue on in the race. And I noticed that it definitely did bother me quite a bit. And I'm not sure how that can be fixed. Maybe a shader compilation choice, but I did notice those. But other than that, it did run really well. And when I turned FSR quality on, the game still looked pretty good. And I definitely got a huge bump in my frame rate. I went up to like 100 to 130 FPS in some scenarios, maybe even 150. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Now, in terms of Bazite, that is where it differs. So first off, yeah, I am able to play it on Bazite. Very nice. Thank you to the developers for enabling the game to be able to be run on Proton on Linux, because they have an easy anti-cheat system set up, but you know, they have it enabled for Proton. Very nice. I love that devs, you know, give us a chance, give Linux players a chance. On Bazite, it does run, I'm pretty sure it runs on average better than Windows. The game ran really smooth, actually. I'm pretty sure it ran better than it did on Windows. I was getting 70s more consistently, close to the 80s. And then in terms of the problem with the stuttering and the little tiny frame spikes, it did happen on Linux, but after the first time, it just didn't happen again, because I'm pretty sure it just compiled that shader, saved it, and then it was good to go. Because every time that I restarted the game, every time that I opened the game back up, it would just never do it again. On Windows, it's not the case. It will keep doing that every time that I start up the game. So that is the thing that I noticed. On Bazite, I definitely had a more enjoyable experience playing this game. So that also means an extension that is available on Steam Deck and Lenovo Legion Go Steam Edition, run on SteamOS, which is also Linux. So you'll be able to play that game on the go. Very good, very nice. I love that. So if you want to play that game while you're out, you can do that just fine. So if you're an arcade racing fan, I definitely do recommend this game. It's actually really fun. It does cost $60. So it's already doing better than most AAA games that have come out in the recent years, where they come out at like $70 or even $80, which is honestly ridiculous. So it being $60 is such a, it's kind of crazy to say, but I am so relieved that it is $60. Because if it had been $70, I wouldn't know if I would have recommended it either way, because I have my own beliefs about the $70 price tag. But it's $60 and it has quite a bit of content. You can even customize your cars, and the DLC is completely optional. It's not like you're gonna miss out on anything if you don't buy the DLC. It's mostly just cosmetic stuff. There's no like story expansion or anything that has to do with it. So most, if not all, the story is all in that $60 price tag. So you don't have to really worry about it. And that's really nice. I do like games that just give you all the content, all the meat and potatoes in the initial game. I think that it really does succeed in trying to be, you know, different from the other arcade racers. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but I really do enjoy it. I definitely give it a go if you are into racers, if you're into arcade racing. And maybe if you're not into arcade racing, you know, maybe give it a try either way. You know, give it a chance. It might surprise you. You might end up really liking it. But yeah, that's mostly what I have to say about Screamer. I'm gonna finish that story. I'm definitely gonna finish that story because I'm invested. I'm invested now. And I really do like the characters. The characters are very fun to listen to and very fun to watch. I really want to know what happens. I really do. I really do hope that this does well, because I do want to see more games like this. I really do want to see more racing games like this. This is very nice. It's pretty unique. And, you know, I I like some freshness in my game genres. I really do. I like some spice added, and Screamer definitely did add that spice. So again, thank you to PlayOn and thank you to Melanin Gamers for giving me the review unit. I definitely really enjoyed my time playing through this game. I almost forgot I had to do a review because I was enjoying the game so much. But yeah, anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.